Come on, Anita.
I
Dance
was
with me.
dancing.
Hi, and welcome to Coffee. Take two. Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Connie. Today, my guest star is the one, the only, the fabulous, my best crazy yarny friend, Anita, with Queen Mama's Hillbilly House with Anita. Yeehaw!
Thank God they the only one.
Imagine if there were 10 Anitas out there.
Oh Lord, world's in trouble.
Or 10 Connies out there.
Would be trouble.
So, how is everybody doing today? Those that are here, please leave a comment in the chat. Let us know that you're here and let us know how you're doing today and what are you working on. And also, those that will be watching the replay, welcome, welcome. Please leave a comment in the comment section and let us know that you watched. Let us know how you're doing today, too, and what you're currently working on. So, what have you been up to bright and early this morning, my sunshine, Anita? Ooh, green beans.
Yep. So
I'm going to raid your garden.
I'll probably be sitting here breaking them unless it's too loud.
So no blackberries?
No, I need to pick some more. They're just about gone, but yeah, I need to. I need more hours in the day to do what I need to do.
I know. Let's see. We have the fabulous Charity with frog, ribbit, crochet.
Hey, Charity.
She's washing dishes. She'll be listening. Dishes will always be there for you, Charity.
Unfortunately.
Not that much is going on here today. Just kind of prepared for my live, trying to wake up, hence coffee.
No
And
coffee. Mellow yellow. And my Ralphie cup.
And Buddy Boy came out a little while this morning, but he's back in the back chilling in his spot.
No.
I know, I really wanted him to be around. I was hoping he could make an appearance on today's live.
Well, maybe he'll come before it ends.
But this is his chill time and kind of his nap time.
Oh.
He comes out more like early in the morning and like in the evening.
Yeah. Early bird, huh?
I think it's because of fresh food and water.
That'll
and
do it.
He gets his wet food.
That'll do it. What's her quilty crocheter? Is her name Linda?
Yeah. Yes, we have the amazing Linda and the amazing Brenda here. How is everyone doing? What are y'all working on? And maybe y'all have some helpful tips when it comes to saving money with crochet and knitting. And that's going to be our topic today, crochet and knitting on a budget.
Everybody needs that at some point.
Yeah. But we're going to Oh, sorry.
Can you hear that snap?
A little.
It's not too loud?
I don't find it is. If anyone finds the snapping too loud, let us know, please.
Yeah, beans.
Yeah, Anita snapping green beans. But yeah, we're just going to kind of chit-chat for a little while before we get into today's main subject. Oh, charities and the ads.
Sometimes I'll go in a live and there won't even be any ads. And then sometimes you go and there'll be 2 or 3 minutes of ads.
I think it happens more with channels that are monetized, but I could be mistaken.
I've went into yours and Crystal's both before with no ads popping up.
Sometimes they pop up in the middle. You never know.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm on my knitting week this week, and I messed up my shawl. I had to frog it.
I hate having to frog something.
Me too. I'm going to have to restore it. But a lot of times I find that in the end, it was for the best because sometimes your stitches come out better and neater because when you're getting used to a pattern, sometimes your stitches aren't as neat.
I think it's same with crocheting too.
Hmm. And the thing was that I had put it down and I hadn't worked on it in about a month. And I remember when I last worked on it, I was about to put a lifeline in. Well, actually, I tried to, and I messed up somehow where it didn't take. And I had taken the older one out, and I never got around to adding a new one in. And I started getting overconfident, and sure enough, it came back to bite me. But I'll restore it today.
Hey, Tank.
Hi, Tank. How are you doing today? What are you working on? And yeah, I think I asked how you doing today. How you doing and what you working on?
Ooh, you see what Brenda was gifted?
Ooh, big Walmart bags.
6 of them.
Okay, now I
Yeah.
see. Ooh, lucky girl. Lucky,
She,
lucky girl.
she'll definitely turn it into something beautiful.
So what type of yarn you got, Brenda? But yeah, I guess I'll be working on that knit shawl today, that real pretty one. And probably Saturday I'll work on either some type of tutorial type thing for knitting. Well, I'll probably work on trying to finish up the that striped beanie make alone. And I'll also and then like Sunday I'll probably work on trying to design something, which I may do like a color work headband.
Ooh,
I want to turn
nice.
that into a make alone too.
I'm still going to learn to knit, but it will be when cold weather comes back where I get the chance to sit down and try it again.
You can do it.
I'm going to do it.
You could do it. Put your mind to it.
I got the cast on down, which that's the easy part.
I don't like big cast ons in knitting. And this shawl has a long cast on.
Ooh. That a rectangle shawl that you're doing?
It's kind of rounded. It's kind
Okay.
of like different than how I like any shawl I've done before in knitting because you start off with it wider. Then you start like narrowing in and kind of coming inward.
Hmm.
Then you get to like so many stitches left. Then you break the yarn and then you like reattach it to the end. And then you start like going across the whole row again.
Hmm.
So it's going to give it a curved look.
Ooh.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, Brenda was recently hacked on Facebook. Unfortunately, her hacker locked her out of her account. and she had to redo it an account, Facebook account. Um, her new account is the one with a picture just by herself. So if you
There's
get a friend request from her that it's just her by herself, it really is her.
a
The
lot of
one with
people are
her,
getting hacked right now.
yeah, her old one reported. Let's see. Tank is making another 4 Mandela square poncho. Ooh, awesome. Pretty, pretty. I was thinking about trying to do where each day make one granny square and make a blanket. I may do that. That shouldn't take too long to do one square a day.
No, but the part I would hate, they would sit forever because I hate putting them together. I
Cause
mean,
I
it's not hard. It's just so time consuming putting them together.
and I've been eyeing like this the sunflower one. I posted a couple on my personal Facebook page this morning. Let's see. Brenda says yes, very blessed. 1 pounders, Vanna's Choice, Red Hort, Karen, Simply Soft, CMC Little Toppers, Red Hort Soft Baby Yarn. Ooh, you got the hookup.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. We also have the fabulous Lisa McClure here. How are you today, Lisa? And what are you working on? So, Anita, do you have anything going on at over on your channel you want to share?
Nope. I just, when I get time, I'll pop a video up. So you just never know. So, I never ask anyone to subscribe because, I have no goals set of reaching any, any sub numbers or anything. But yeah, where I'm sporadic with my videos, it might be a thing if you do watch me to subscribe and hit the notification button
I
because
think
you
you
just
have
never know.
a couple of new animal ones that I still need to watch.
Yeah. I need to do more, but right now is a busy time for me with the garden and all.
But yeah, and Anita don't have any whips or finished projects.
I'm
Um,
I'm still not crocheted at all since I hurt my arm.
so we won't have any of that to share today.
Yeah.
Charity got her water hot now, so she's off to the dishes, just listening. Lisa says it's too hot to work on anything. Oh, yeah, this heat is for the birds. I'm ready for fall. Ready for fall.
Yeah, it is miserable out there.
Let's see. Tank says, I got a problem. I never use my tablet because we don't have Wi-Fi. I was using it last night because we are in the hotel. It asked for my password. I tried like 10 times. Then it said, we are locking your device. How can they do that? What it probably is they don't recognize the Wi Fi. Because sometimes if I use it or the device type thing, sometimes if I use a different device on my Wi Fi, I'll get an email like, "Is this really you?" um,
Is she saying that she asked for the uh, Wi-Fi password at the hotel and tried to put it in? Is that what she's saying?
she tried to put her password in, and it said we are locking your device, but it really shouldn't have locked it if the password was correct. Unless it was because they felt like it wasn't a secure network. Could be your settings too.
Okay.
Um, Let's see. Brenda says I used to help my Grammy and aunt and mom snap beans. Yep. I think I was ready for fall before summer started.
Uh, uh, Tank's saying
But
it. So she said it's her password. So were you completely locked out of your tablet? Because I know if you try so many times for security reasons, it will lock you out for like, what is it, like 24 hours or something?
sometimes, like, and it depends. Different like websites are different. Um, did you get any type of email or anything? Like asking maybe if it was really you? All right. So today's topic is crochet and knitting on a budget. Well, you didn't get an email. I don't know. It really should have let you in if the password's correct.
Mm. You know, I just lied to you just a second ago. I said I hadn't crocheted since I had hurt my arm. I did for a minute this morning to try something on today's topic.
Ooh.
So,
All right. She's turning it on to see what happens today. Because maybe somehow you're mistyping your password just by a little, or maybe you changed your password. And especially when you save your passwords, maybe it's coming up with an older password. I don't know. That's my coffee pot. All right. One thing that you can do to save money is use the more inexpensive yarns. Like usually acrylic yarns tend to be cheaper. You know, but pay attention to the price on yarns. Um
that's
also also you can buy yarn in bulk. It's always smart to be smart about how you buy yarn.
yeah.
You can sign up for newsletters, which will notify you of sales, or maybe they have discounted supplies, or sometimes you can get free patterns from signing up.
Mm.
Coupons, those are all ways to help save money. And always try to find the best price for something.
That's what I always tell beginners too, people that are wanting to learn. Go for the cheaper yarn when you start out. You might not even like it, so don't go spend a fortune on yarn and whatnot.
Hmm. Yeah, make sure you like crochet and knitting before you invest all this money into it. Hi, Demetra with the Naked Snail. How are you today, and what are you working on? And like I said, share y'all helpful tips too in in the chat, or those watching the replay in the comments, because maybe you think of something we're not thinking of.
Mhm.
And it's always smart to do the math before you start any project. Um, like maybe before you hit a sale or something, find out like what type of project you want to make with something first, and how
Mhm.
many skeins you're going to need. And sometimes it's a good idea to do a gauge, square thing to see.
Swatch.
Hmm. To see what your tension is. That gives you a better idea of how much yarn you're going to need for this project.
And
Because,
another thing me and you have discussed that some people don't uh some don't pay attention to compare. If you're going to order, compare and add that shipping in, because with the shipping costs, sometimes the one that may not be cheaper may wind up being cheaper afterward.
Because like ice yarn, for the longest time, all you would hear is how expensive the shipping is, the shipping. And I fell into that trap because you look at just the shipping and you're like, that's really expensive for shipping.
Hmm.
But what you're not paying attention to is compare the price of the yarn to other places that sell ice yarn.
Yeah.
And the cost for the yarn itself is a lot cheaper.
Hmm.
So when you combine the two, it's a lot cheaper usually to get from ice yarn because typically it's about maybe $3 a skein. It depends on what you're ordering, and that's with the shipping. And that
Hmm.
really isn't expensive because most yarn will cost you $5 a skein,
Yeah.
you know. And then you don't always get free shipping on websites. So it really isn't so expensive. But with ice yarn, it is better to be buying more than, if you're only buying a couple of skeins, then you may want to go like to Yarn Nut. And every now and then Yarn Nut has a better sale.
Yeah.
Hi, the Crochet Queen. How are you doing today? And what's your first name? And what are you working on? Okay, you can log in today, Tank. Awesome.
Gotta
Awesome.
share my throne now. Another queen.
But yeah, like but another thing too, oh, it's China, I guess. Yeah, I remember that name now, China. Um, but like when it comes to doing the math, because one thing is, if you buy like say 3 skeins of a yarn, when they had more of it, and you need 5 for your project, then guess what? You're going spending for 2 skeins of yarn at regular price.
Hmm.
So, it kind of came back to hurt you in the end.
Yep.
And hi, Candace. How are you today? And what are you working on?
And
And
everyone coming in, I'm snapping beans. So if the little snapping sound bothers you, let us know and I'll stop.
and you can also make smaller things. But then like some aspects, it depends on how you look at that too. Because yeah, you accomplish like not spending as much making a project, but then you finish quicker and move on to something else. So in a
Yep.
sense, you're probably technically still using in a year the same amount of yarn.
Yep.
Um, but that was one thing they said online. Yeah, I remember most people's name, but I sometimes, especially if someone's newer to me or I haven't seen them in a while, I tend to not always remember their name.
I'm so
Like
bad with
once
names.
once I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh, are you designing your cardigan, China? Was it
the
China?
name. Be kind, court again. And Candace isn't working on anything, still grieving her
Oh,
brother's passing. Oh no. I'm so
so
sorry to hear that. I'll keep you and your family and all in my prayers. Yeah, Lisa says, I know when you buy ice yarn, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like a lot of times they'll come like 4 packs, sometimes 8 packs from ice yarn. where if you only need one skein, it may not be in your best interest to get from ice yarn.
I've never had ice yarn.
Oh, it's pretty. There's still so much though that I'm like, ooh, one day, one day. All right, and then, well, this is one that it depends on how you look at it in a sense. Buying inexpensive hooks, which may be a good idea if you're not sure if you're gonna stay into the craft. And it is a way to save money, but you also got to remember you get what you pay for. You know, you spend more on a set of hooks or a hook, and the quality of the hook is usually better. It's usually smoother, and the hook glides, which makes it easier to do your stitching. Um, but that is a way to save money. And this next one I think is one that Anita will have a lot of input on. Thrift stores and yard sales buying yarn.
Yes, I have found a bunch in thrift stores. And don't just limit it to yarn. I mean, if you make wearables, you need buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Very inexpensive way to get buttons, especially like yard sales. I don't know about other areas, but here, like in the summer when people have yard sales and they got these big, thick, hot sweaters or other winter clothes, they usually go cheap, cheap. So if you find a top button down top full of pretty buttons you can get for a quarter, hey, there's you some cheap, pretty buttons.
And another thing too, sometimes you'll find crochet hooks and knitting needles there
Yep,
too.
yep,
And that's a good source to pick stuff up to see if you want to pursue crocheting and knitting long term. And who
yep,
knows, you might luck out and find a good brand,
yep.
especially like estate sales or like,
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing, because
And you
sometimes there's a person that was did crochet and knit a lot and they have all sorts of stuff
exactly. And
and
get
you
in
can
there
help
and
them.
look. And get in there and look in the thrift stores because you may have a bag of craft stuff there priced real cheap, all mixed up. Turn it around and look in it. You know, you might find something for crocheting or knitting in there. If you don't want all of it, ask them if they'll separate it. You know, get in there
Yeah,
and look.
because I've gotten some good stuff from yard sales. Like I
Yeah.
get a lot of craft stuff from yard sales.
Mm-hmm.
I love yard sales. That's how I got my
Yeah.
KitchenAid mixer. ten
Uh-huh.
dollars. I think it
Wow.
was 10. It's either 10 or 5, but I think 10.
You got a deal.
Oh yeah. I love them. You know, yard sales, especially
Yeah.
like the big church yard sales.
Yes, and that they're usually
The best
really
yard
good on
sales.
prices.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times towards the end, they'll go even cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a great time. Wait till the end of the day to go to the yard sale.
But in the same aspect, that's kind of like the leftover stuff. If you want like first pickings, you want to get there like when they start.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's a great time to get like your if you want to buy shirts for buttons or whatnot or something like that. That's a great time for that. But yeah, to
I'll,
find the yarn before it's snatched up and such, yeah, you don't want to wait till the end of the day.
yeah, because a lot of times whenever I go to like a church yard sale, I'm like, do y'all have any yarn? That's the first thing I ask them.
Mm-hmm.
Let, Let's see, Tank saying she has to be careful because she's so allergic to many things. Yeah, that has to be like horrible with the allergies to
Mhm.
yarn.
Yeah.
And Lisa loves thrift stores and garage sales. Who all loves the yard sales and thrift stores? And another thing, to which I've never done this, and I don't know. Sometimes it may come out cheaper, depends. But I've also seen, especially thrift stores, where they're not always the cheapest, but you can recycle yarn from sweaters.
Have you tried that from like sweaters, taking them apart?
No.
I tried one years ago because I knew this lady that done it. She would go to her local thrift store because once a month they'd have like bag sales, all you could stuff in a bag, and she would
I
fill it
love
full of
those.
sweaters and bring it home. And I tried it, but it kept, I don't know if I was doing it wrong or what, but it kept knotting and breaking, or, you know, I never tried it again.
Stuff a bag for $5.
Yep.
And then, like, there was this one church yard sale, and I found all sorts of neat stuff. And and evidently, I had like one bag, maybe, I know definitely one bag of stuff that was put aside, and somehow it got mixed in with someone else's stuff. And it was just like, there was some awesome stuff in that bag. But because it happened, they did like give me better pricing on what I got because of that to make it up to me.
You know, some people can get greedy and mean at those sales.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Maggie.
Hi, Maggie. How are you today? Maggie's is Anita's granddaughter. And what are you crocheting, Maggie? But yeah, but I know some people will, or like say you have some sweaters that you want to get rid of. You could recycle that yarn. And have any of y'all done that? Recycle yarn from sweaters and stuff?
I bet there's probably videos on that. There is on everything else.
Hmm. And you can also like make your own like use t-shirts to make yarn and plastic bags.
I have cut up sheets, old sheets before that I was going to toss out and crochet with those
Hmm.
before.
That's another thing too. Um there's so many ways to save money.
Mhm.
Another thing too, you know, if you don't have the money to spend on patterns, there are so many free patterns and resources out there. Ravelry is a good one. Um, Pinterest can be too, but Pinterest, you got to pay attention if they're taking you to a free pattern, even though you search free patterns, or a paid for pattern. Pattern tutorials on YouTube. Other sites have free patterns.
Mhm. I
So many
think
ways to get free patterns.
I think just about all of the yarn sites have some free patterns, don't they?
Hmm. And you don't have to spend money taking a class to learn how to crochet and knit. There's all sorts of free resources online on YouTube. Uh, let's see, Maggie saying she's crocheting a rag. Oh, I guess crocheting a rag. Awesome. Charity don't like washing dishes. She, she lets them stack up some.
I
Yeah,
hate
we
them
don't
too,
have a
Charity.
dishwasher. Hand washing.
I've never had a dishwasher.
Lisa says I have, but it has been a long time.
Oh, uh, how easy was it? I assume she's talking about taking the sweaters apart.
I know there was, and I keep thinking it was you that had told me that they do it, but I know there's someone that has done it where they take them apart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that again, but I may look and see if I can find a video on it first.
And
Because
then another way is joining a crafting community or group. You can swap yarn and materials. And how many of y'all are in some type of like crochet knitting community type group? Are you in one, Anita?
no, they don't have anything local like that
Yeah. The only
here.
thing I do know of, and I probably should check it out. I know sometimes people go to the Liberty Theater, and I think there's some ladies that go and crochet, but I don't know if they really have a group or you know, or they just kind of show up when they want to. I don't know.
They
That's
used to have something here through the library until I found out about it, and then they stopped. Lucky me.
that's how it always goes. But like I said, I really don't know anything in my town other than that. Let's see. Lisa saying it wasn't that hard, but I would think your hand would start or your arms would start getting tired because I know whenever I have to frog and it's a decent amount, it's like my arms are like ow. uh, Charity has to do another load of dishes soon. Oh, she has a small hot water heater and has to heat up water on the stove. Aw,
Oh, I bet that's fun having a small water heater with two
I
kids in the
know.
house.
And Demetria says, I don't like washing dishes either. I listen to audiobooks or YouTube lives while washing up so it's not as painful. Or put some good music on and just kind of shake it.
My
You
shaking, I wouldn't be getting any dishes done.
You're welcome, Tank. And that's one thing for those of y'all that have channels. If you have some type of event where you need price donations, I can always donate patterns. All you got to do is just ask. Send me an email and I'll hook you up with some patterns for your event.
I
And
like
really
giving away
the same
stitch.
thing with go ahead.
Sorry. I like giving away stitch markers too.
And the same thing, like if you need a shout out for your channel or you want me to shout out another channel, just send me an email, let me know, and I'll shout, you out or them out on my community page. Let's see. Lisa says maybe your sweater was rotten if it was breaking.
Might
Yeah,
have
that
been.
could be. Oh, and another thing too on my lives, if you type the word drop in the chat, Nightbot will automatically drop your channel links. Just give it a little time in between because Nightbot struggles to keep up if it's too back to back. Tank says I can wash and dry dishes in tin and not waste all that water and electricity. You go, Tank. Hi, Jesse. How are you doing? And what are you working on? Charity has the kids drying and putting away the clean dishes. See, I need kids to help me out. Can I borrow some of y'all's?
Yeah, take mine. They ain't gonna help you though.
If only cats helped with dishes or housework. Here, buddy. Come wash the dishes for me, buddy.
Now, my kids really don't help with anything. Maggie will more than any of them. But now, I don't want them putting my dishes up. My dishes have a certain spot, and it gets on my nerves bad if one of them's out of where they shouldn't be.
And have y'all watched my video sharing Buddy? And I made a couple of shorts of him.
He's so cute.
I know. He's big, beautiful, fluffy. He's a tuxedo kitty. Um, he's just the sweetest.
I like that little beard on him.
He has like these unique little ways. He'll follow me and Frank like a puppy dog sometimes. Like you start calling for him, or when he wants us, he'll meow. And he loves rubbing your legs.
Oh,
He's just too cute. And he's so lovable. He's like the perfect meow meow.
oh, meant to
That
be.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say about the patterns for the live events and stuff or other events because it gives prizes for those that don't live in the US.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times I'm like, oh, I'm just donating a pattern, like nothing to be excited about. But a lot of content creators really do love it because, unfortunately, our international friends get left out a lot of times because of the high shipping cost.
yeah.
Charity says, my kids help, but they complain. Yeah, Tank says we're doing the birthdays, anniversaries every month. August host and co-host are Dawn, Aaron, Loving Hand, and Ivy B creates. Anyone that wants to put their birthday or anniversary, podiversary. Okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind because I do plan to do a podiversary in December, but I'm gonna do mine differently. I'm gonna do mine in video format kind of kind of like what Cindy with Pups and Crochet did, like a video each day, and then pull all the winners, like probably the day of my podiversary in one video. I like doing them in videos better because everybody can enter.
Yeah.
You don't have to be at a live at a certain time. And then I want to do like the same thing for my birthday bash in February. Lisa thinks Buddy's handsome. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a ladies' cat.
Has he noticed any outside yet?
I don't think so. I mean, he does watch out the window, sometimes, but he chills a lot.
No.
Yeah, Tank says donations accepted with love. And yeah, Tank, just like send me an email when there's something going on for, prize donations. Let's see. Demetria says my mom made my sister and me to help her clean the whole house top to bottom when we were younger every Saturday morning. Now I hate cleaning but do it out of necessity.
Now, when me and my older sister were growing up, I didn't have to be made to clean. I just done it out of respect and common sense, I would say. But today's kids aren't like that.
Let's see. And Tank's looking for hosts too for those events. I guess she's asking if I wash my hair. She's probably referring to Buddy. And it's like, yeah, but so far he hasn't played with my hair.
I was wondering about that comment.
He hasn't played with my hair yet.
Oh,
Yeah, because in the video I shared this little small video where he was all like going apes always going apes in Barbara's hair after she washed.
no. And he may never do that with you. That might have
I
just been
know.
something he done with
And it
her.
may be the type of shampoo she uses that he's attracted to.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie's saying she always wants to clean.
Well, what you doing sitting then, girl?
Yep. Yeah, don't say you're bored around your parents. I'll make you clean. All right, where was I on my list? Oh, another thing you can do too. Well, this will actually like let you make money where you would have more money to spend on your craft. Sell or trade your finished projects, or maybe you could trade your finished projects for yarn or something like that too. And there's some other ways you can make money off of your craft. You could teach classes. Um, you could become a designer and sell your patterns. You could become a tech editor for patterns, which is basically kind of like proofreading a pattern and making sure a pattern's written in a certain standard format. You could write pattern books, or you could start a website and I guess make money off of the ads. um, and I did mention about unraveling, like when you do your gauge squares and reuse that yarn. Um, Another thing, like especially you have UFOs that's been sitting around and you know you're not going to go back to them. Frog those UFOs and use that yarn.
Yeah. I'd say
Um,
everybody has some.
Store your yarn safely because if it's not stored safely, critters, bugs, like moisture and stuff like that can set in and ruin your beautiful yarn. Another place you can find free patterns, libraries tend to have pattern books. Um, and another thing, and some of y'all may not be aware of this, most libraries, even if they don't per se have that book at your local library, you can request them to borrow it from another library and they'll try to get the book for you. Another source too is like I use books for patterns, like thrifts. What's it? Thrifts, thrift, thriftbooks.com.
I
There's
think
another.
so.
There's another one too that I used to get a lot of stuff from, but a lot of times I went through eBay and
Yeah.
searched for used books there. Um, when you make amigurumis, instead of going by the stuffing, the polyfill, you can use scrap yarn to stuff your amigurumis.
Or old cushions or something. Keep the
Mhm.
stuffing out of them. I took
Maybe old
uh,
pillows.
a couch that we got a new couch. I took the back cushions off and opened them up and kept the stuffing out of them.
And another thing, maybe you see a yarn that's more expensive, and you want to find a cheaper, similar yarn. There's a website called yarnsub.com, and they'll tell you like substitutions that are similar, and you might be able to find a similar yarn cheaper. Okay, at least he used old nylons.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool.
Purchased during off season. Usually yarns are more discounted then, or the clearance sales, like Hobby Lobby's big clearance sale. I so need to try to get some well, I guess it'd be next year, huh?
I've never been to one of their clearance sales.
I've never been, but I think it was last year. Crystal's grandma basically got me a bunch of stuff, and I reimbursed her for the cost,
Mm,
and she mailed it to me. I got the hookup.
nice.
I got a lot of the nice hand dyed yarn. I still need
Ooh,
to use that yarn too.
I've got some I need to use too.
I know, and the thing is, I have every intention of using it. It's just when,
Yeah. And
you
if
know.
you're like me, it's you love it and you want just the right thing to make with it.
And I am curious, what's the best deal that you've ever gotten on yarn?
Mine would be I think it was 5 skeins of silk, mulberry silk yarn
Ooh, silk.
for $10.
Me, it would probably be the Hobby Lobby clearance. Oh, Maggie saying you have too much yarn, Anita. But yeah, let us know in the comments, or those watching the replay. Well, actually, those here now in the chat, those watching the replay in the comments, like the best yarn deal you've gotten.
No.
Um, and another thing too, especially in crochet, some stitches are yarn eaters. So you may want to try to use stitches that use less yarn, and that's one aspect where you can cut back on how much yarn you need or cut cost. And that's really all I have on my list. Do you have anything you want to add, Anita?
Yeah, get really creative, as I'm sure a lot of people have at some point in their life been, very tight with money for whatever reason. If you're just in the mood to crochet and don't have yarn, find something. It don't have to be yarn. I We buy hay for the goats, and it comes, baled in this hay string. I thought this morning before the live I'd give it a shot to see how it done. You could make an outside mat with this. I done 2 rows of double crochet with it. I mean, it's kind of hard to work with, but you can do it. And you can crochet with honeysuckle vine. Y'all may think I'm crazy, but this makes great outside stuff, outside baskets to sit on the porch or what have you. And let me get a drink. Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. Just any type of string, you got twine. There's at the Dollar Trees, they have these spools of, it's like twine, but it's cheap. You can crochet with that. Jute, I've crocheted with jute, making bird nests and baskets, and just don't limit yourself. Think outside the box. Hey, collect your shoestrings if you want.
Let's see, Lisa says when I get my girlfriend's yarn, fabric, magazines, etc., when she quit crafting, she is going now. Exactly. Like Sometimes friends will give you the hookup, or let's see, Tank says I bought 4 different yarn with me to work on Dorn Good Yarns, Roving Silk, I hate it, and Hobie Metallica, I hate it. Oh, see, like the Metallica Hobie, that I always thought was gorgeous, but I find it's expensive. Or their
Mhm.
universe yarn. Ooh.
I've never used it.
Hi, Alice. How are you today? And what are you working on?
I love working with silk, but I'm not crazy about roving yarn. That is where it like changes thickness and stuff throughout it, isn't it? The roving. I don't like that.
But yeah, if y'all have any other tips and ideas for saving money with crochet and knitting, let us know. Tink says it was on sale.
Yes. And also crochet things you can add on to later and change into something different.
Yep. You okay? You have some water by you? Yeah. Let's see. Alice says I'm working on all things Halloween and Christmas, getting the jump on things. Oh yeah, Lisa with coping with yarn, and Cindy with pups and crochet. They're doing 100 days of Halloween. Boom. And Demetria says I find some really nice yarn at my local thrift store, yard sales, estate sales. Oh yeah, and especially estate sales. If you can find a crocheter or a knitter,
Hmm.
sweet. And even sometimes yard sales, it's even though it's not technically an estate sale per se, but it's the same type thing. They're getting rid of someone's possessions that recently passed away.
Yeah.
I
There's
know
a shop in my town. They sell stuff that they buy at estate sales.
I found
And
a lot of cross stitching stuff from yard sales.
with these estate sales, the families usually don't know anything about that stuff. So,
They just, you
yeah.
know, but yet you find a crocheter or a knitter, they think they hit a gold mine.
Yep.
um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I have to say on today's topic. Tuesday, no, I'm sorry, Saturday, I'm going live with Regina at Morse Knitting 101 on my channel. And we're going to be talking about dinosaur patterns. So we'll be sharing a lot of those type of patterns.
There was something else I was going to bring up, and my voice started going, and I forgot it.
I know. And what's bad is when stuff don't come back to you.
I know. Hmm.
Um, then let's see. I was just thinking of something I forgot. I did it too. Alice says I visit a Canadian Facebook site, destashing yarn, people selling off their extra yarn, good deals there. Yeah, and there's groups on Ravelry for that type of thing too. Yeah, Demetria loves those gold mines.
Yeah,
Um,
I do.
but yeah, what was it I was gonna say?
Now I'm making you forget.
But one thing I do definitely want to mention, the no make alone ends the last day of July. So if y'all made any gnomes, get y'all pictures in. I'll be making the video the first week of August. And I haven't gotten many gnome pictures yet.
Really?
No, but I've had like so many people saying they were planning to make something.
It's summer, everybody putting gnomes out. I figured you would get a lot.
I don't know, they may have just forgotten to send me their pictures. I need to like mention it in a upcoming video this week
Mhm.
to remind people and make posts in my Facebook um and on my community page about it, reminding people.
Yeah. I know what I was talking about. The adding on. Like if you have a small Afghan and you're wanting something to crochet on, say, a year or two later, drag it out of the closet and vamp it up. Either take it out and make it completely different or add to it and make it something bigger, you know?
Yeah. I mean, so many things you can do.
You know,
I feel like there was something I wanted to mention and it's going to drive me crazy. And I'm going to think about it after I end the live watch.
yep. I've
But I
got to
know
fly today.
I know that's coming to an end. And of course there's my weight loss make along that's never ending. uh Finish projects video monthly around the 15th. Hmm. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for August make along.
Mm,
And oh yeah, birthdays. I'll be doing a video starting in August. So if y'all want to be wished happy birthday on my channel, send me an email with your birthday.
I think that's
Like
so
that.
cool.
Alice says you'll remember at 3 in the morning. Yeah, when I'm up and I can't fall asleep. Hi, Cora. What else? And of course, check out the buddy videos if y'all haven't seen those. I know there's something else.
That drives me crazy when that happens with me.
But I am going to do a little pattern giveaway.
Ooh.
So, since there's not many people here, you stand a better chance of winning one of my patterns. I think I'm going to do two winners
Nice.
for one pattern. Let's see, where is the giveaways? Hmm. I know what I can use as a keyword.
Uh oh.
Okay. All right, let me pull it up. All right. This giveaway is open worldwide. I'll be sending the pattern via email. Now, if you want it sent to your Ravelry, just let me know when you email me and put your Ravelry username in the email. All right. So the keyword to enter, and one entry per person, is alien. All right. So start now. Type alien if you want to be entered to win a pattern from me. I'm picking two winners.
Now, what would make you think of alien?
Gee, I wonder what. Type alien if you want to be entered there. Okay. And I have 4 crochet patterns and 9 knit patterns. Alien is the word. And I am working on redesigning the lady of the morning scarf, the one that like I was working on before I went in the hospital when my brain wasn't working right and I didn't take good notes. It will be a little different. I do want to add probably a third stitch to it, but I'm taking good notes this time so I can write up the pattern and have it tested and release it.
I need to finish up my pattern. I've been waiting on this one person because she really has a lot going on right now. But I think I'm going to have to go ahead and finish it up without hers.
Hi, Shannon. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And if you want to be entered for a pattern, type the word alien. You get to pick one pattern. You get to choose it from a Ravelry store. I have 4 crochet patterns and 9 knit ones. Give it a little longer.
It's a slow day today. Everybody must be out and about.
No. I know normally I have more people show up. But more than likely I'll have a lot watch the replay, so and then I think Carrie does her bingo around the time I'm live. And I'm not sure who else is live right now. Now, Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat lady, is going live at 11:30. So make sure y'all alien invade her.
I think I seen on her community tab where she had canceled it because she felt bad.
Oh, I didn't see that. Well, she may be live, she may not. But if she is live and y'all have a chance, go and alien invade her. All right, I'm gonna count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop.
In the name of love, you forgot it.
In the name of yarn. All right. Well, it looks like, okay, Demetria and Maggie were the only 2. So congratulations, y'all are the winners. Send me an email at justanotherstitch2020 to claim your pattern. All right. And I think that covers everything. You have anything else you want to say, Anita?
Well, I believe that's it.
All right, so I am going to go ahead and play my little closing video and then come back and say our byes. How many ways we can say bye? All right, where is my video? So I hope everyone has a fabulous day. Be the light and Missy. Hold up. No, I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm saying thank
Merci beaucoup. That's
So
Adios.
adios is French. But what's Spanish? I know
Adio
it.
Adios is it?
How you say it in Spanish, Frank? Au revoir. Uh,
That's
yeah. Oh, gee, I'm getting confused. Oh well. What's Japanese? Oh yeah, sayonara. Anyway, bye everyone.
bye. Sayonara.